All right, guys, in this video, we're gonna be doing another stock analysis since these videos have been doing well for the channel. But first, before we get into it, if you guys could like the video and if you like the content, subscribe to the channel and also turn that notification bell on. This really helps the channel grow. And for the amount of time I really spend reading 10Ks and 10Qs and articles and investor presentations, this only takes like 2 seconds, and that's all I really ask. Anyway, the stock we're gonna be talking about today is GrowGeneration, ticker GRWG. And I know we just did another cannabis stock in Planet 13, but this one was brought to my attention by one of my friends, and I really looked into it, and I looked into it a little bit more, and I really started to become interested in it, and I did like it, and it is more than just a cannabis stock, I guess you can say, and I'll explain that now. GrowGenerations is basically the largest hydroponic equipment supplier in the country, to summarize. And if you don't understand what that means, basically they supply equipment to grow products, plants, etc., etc. They're also the leading marketer and distributor of nutrients, advanced indoor and greenhouse lighting, ventilation systems, and accessories for hydroponic gardening. They currently have a total of 28 stores, and that's across 10 different states. And the first location opened up in 2014, which is in Colorado, and that's where their headquarters is based out of. And over the last, say, approximately 5 years, they opened up a total of 24 stores, so it seems like the business is doing well if they continue to open up these stores. And to put that into some sort of ratio perspective, look at it this way. So they've opened up 24 stores over the last 5 years. That's basically one store shy of 5 stores a year. And all of these stores have an average of 7,000 square feet. They have a ton of products. I was going through their website and look at some of their products, and let me tell you guys, if you are gonna go through all of these products that this company has, you're never going to leave your computer at any point. They sell thousands of products, which range from lights that include HSP and T5 to LED and DE. They have climate products from a number of industry leaders like Titan's Controls and CanFam. They also have greenhouse and tents to set up additional spaces, and they have so many more. And it seems like as cannabis becomes more legal in more states for different reasons, whether it's recreational or medical, it seems like the demand for these products also increases. But they also get attention from vertical farms because of the shortage of farmland. So this is a little more diversified. It's just not strictly catered towards cannabis per se. And in saying that, let's look at the hydroponic market estimate. The current estimate is about 8.1 billion, and it's supposed to almost double and be over 16 billion by 2025, which means there's a lot of room to grow in this industry, especially if these estimates are accurate when 2025 comes around. It also seems like the team that's involved with this company has done their research and they really know how to make these products and plants better. If you look at their investor relations page, there's sections that include improving plants from water quality to lighting to temperature, and there's a lot more I'm not going to go into detail about, but there's a lot of stuff there. And looking at their business model, just to summarize it really quickly, it basically has 4 main sections, which include retail, which relates to the 28 stores we just talked about, commercial, e-commerce, which I would like to see them expand this sector a little bit, even though it could be kind of difficult with Amazon. And keep in mind the e-commerce section, that was kind of more or less up and running very fast because of the virus. But they were able to adapt and get this up and running and get the delivery services running. And ultimately, the company still grew massively, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And distribution as the last section. And for growing this company, they really want to focus on their retail stores and the commercial part of the business model. But they also want to start targeting different areas. If you look at the investor presentation, they talk about how they want to look at targeting New York, Arizona, Missouri, Illinois, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey in the recent future. Now that we talked about the business model and kind of what's behind this company and how it moves and functions, let's kind of talk about some numbers because everyone knows I like numbers and I'm a numbers guy. So this company just reported earnings on August 13th, I believe. I can't remember the date off the top of my head, but they had a record revenue of 43.5 million, which is up 123% from the same quarter last year. And in addition to that, over the last 6 months, they had a total revenue of 76 million, which is up 135% from the same 6-month period last year. So let's get this straight. They were able to go through a once-in-a-100-year event, not only adapt, but increase their revenue from the same quarter last year and the same 6-month period last year. That makes me wonder what these numbers would have been if this virus wasn't a thing. But these numbers do get even better. So income from store operations was 7.6 million for the second quarter compared to the second quarter last year, which was 3.1 million. So again, the numbers more than doubled there, and they were up 146% to be exact. And for the store operations over the last 6 months, they brought in about 13 million compared to the same 6-month period last year, which was just under 5 million. So those almost tripled. Moving on here, in the latest conference call, 2020 revenue guidance was provided, and they actually increased it from 130 million, which it was originally, to 170 to 175 million. And they also gave revenue guidance for 2021, which was set at 245 to 260 million. So clearly there's some big revenue growth they're projecting here, and this company looks like it's known for big growth in revenue, and it's just been accelerating very fast. And you're gonna see that in just a second here. But another statistic here, same-store sales were up 36% in 2019 year over year, and they actually grew 62% in the fourth quarter of 2019. And they're once again projected for double-digit same-store sales growth in 2020. Now that we've gone over kind of the earnings, the 10Q, whatever you want to refer to it as, let's talk about the income statement here. Sales and revenue were up 80% from 2016 to 2017, from 8 million to over 14 million. They were up 101% from 2017 to 2018, from 14 million to 29 million. And from 2018 to 2019, they were up 175% from 29 million to almost 80 million. As for the gross income actually went down from 2016 to 2017, from 1.47 million to 1.14 million, or negative 22.8%. From 2017 to 2018, the gross income was up over 290% to about 4.5 million, so they really recovered from that there. And from 2018 to 2019, the gross income again jumped ridiculously to over 302%, or from 4.5 million to just under 18 million. Now let's look at the SG&A here, and that's gone up considerably, to put it mildly. And this is important. And why is this important? It's important because they're bringing in enough money, at least this is how I look at it. They're bringing in enough money to continue putting money back into the business, continue opening more stores, continue to sell new products and create new products, and just keep putting stuff out there. And if you look at the net income from this company, they actually were profitable last year, believe it or not. So they did make about 2 million in profit. And of course, we can't forget the balance sheet, because this would not be a stock analysis video if I didn't bring up the balance sheet at all. For starters, they have almost 13 million in cash. They did have a pretty big increase in accounts receivable from 2018 to 2019, so they do have that going on. They also have 72 million in total assets. They more than doubled those numbers from 16 to 17. They 4x those numbers from 17 to 18. And again, they doubled those numbers from 18 to 19. And if you look at their liabilities, they only have 18 million total in liabilities. They have almost 2 million between their short-term debt and the portion of their long-term debt that they have to pay off. And they have just 6 million in long-term debt. Let's look at what the analysts have projected for this company, and it's just stupid. The current quarter, they're projected to grow over 66%. Next quarter, they're projected to grow 700%. The current year, they're supposed to grow 160%, and next year, they're supposed to grow 138.5%. Like, wow. As for revenue estimate sales growth, that's projected to grow over 105% in the current quarter. Next quarter, almost 85%. For the year, 100%, so they're doubling it. And over the next year, over 45%. And based on what I've seen from this company so far, it really wouldn't surprise me if this company has sales growth over 45%. That's just my opinion, my prediction, but I really wouldn't be surprised, especially if the world opens up in 2021, which I'm assuming it will eventually, and they're able to put out more stores and they're able to put out more products. I really think this is a section that this company can really take advantage of. Now look at this, right? Imagine if cannabis gets federally legalized. That may completely blow the ceiling off this company. That might just be a complete game changer. They could do so much more business. I can see these numbers absolutely skyrocketing, even though they've already been, I guess, doubling like it's nobody's business. But I can see them just going completely through the roof. Now here's a big thing here. This is important. I was going through the investor presentation, and it said that the company wanted to open up 13 stores by the end of 2021. So I thought that was very attractive. I really liked that. And then I was reading this article on CNBC, and the CEO comes out and says they want to have a total of 50 stores in 15 states by the end of 2021. 50. Imagine if they open 22 more stores around the country, and then cannabis is federally legalized within the next couple of years. Now let's be real. That might be a little ambitious, 22 stores. That's a lot. That's just under 2 a month, basically. But that would be incredible for this company. And that combination of 22 more stores and the legalization federally of cannabis, that would just be incredible. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. This one was a little bit longer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something about Grow Generations, and I will see you guys in the next video.